Welcome back, beautiful beings. Today we're going to play with favor boxes. Okay, you get 5 in a package from Dollar Tree. Okay, and I did this, and I'm going to show you how I did it, and then we're going to play with the other colors and make more of them. That way we have a pocket here. When we glue it down, we'll just glue it here, and that's it. And then we'll have a pocket back here and a pocket in here. But I made one because I wanted to make sure that the stuff didn't get caught on this. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, and we have all these to do. And this is the longest video I've ever made. It's because there's so much detail and I'm mass producing the pockets, and the outcome is worth it. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is go in here with our scissors. And I just went down to the second one that was full, okay? So that much. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I did. Layla was here the whole time. Right, this is the back, one where you can see where they folded over the box to make the box. So we're just doing it on the side where it's scored. And what I'm going to do is just cut that out. And you can do any pattern you want. You can do the crisscross. I'm just going to do the wave. Maybe I should have tried it with that. I don't think I can now. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. We'll do the zigzag on this one. We'll do the wave on the other, on the polka dot. So I'm just going to follow this. It might look a little wonky because I didn't think about it until it was too late. We'll try to fix it. And then we just cut that off, like that. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now I gotta get rid of the wave. These. We're gonna keep it and just put it that way, but we gotta straighten this up a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll go up to the white so it don't look so bad. Maybe leave a little pink in. I think Layla stayed with me for a week. Tired of walking now because we walk a lot. Walked the Dollar Tree, walked up the street and back, which was probably a mile. Walked all over, beautiful beings. So we can have a zigzag on the bottom and then a wave on the top, okay? And this one, I just left this. If you want to cut that off, just turn it over and cut them off, okay? But I like it, so I kept them like that. So we're going to put this aside. And that will cover that up fine. I'm just going to have to put glue just on down here. I'm going to do that part. I have this, but I was thinking I wanted to try this. Decorative Mesh Crafter Square, okay? And this might be, you know, a little harder, so I'm probably going to have to use Elena's for this. This one, when I did the inside, I just used this glue. The art glitter glue, and it worked really well because it comes out thinner and it's not as thick as Elena's glue. But I think I'm going to try one with Mod Podge. I'm not sure yet because I know you all don't have the same glues. Not all of you do. Some of you do. So we're going to try with different glues, but I'm going to use Elena's on this because this is going to be really tricky. And I might fast forward it because it did give me a hard time. Take this and put it here because I want it to come down. This is going on the inside, okay, underneath this part, right? But I want it down enough so it stays. So So I'm going to cut about this much, and I'm going to leave some of the edges, but I don't want them all. And this unravels easily, so be aware of that. Okay, so what I did, I'm going to take this. We're going to measure this first. I'm afraid to, because I don't want it to fall apart. But we have to measure it so it fits down in there. And I'm going to use the edge because I know it won't fall apart. I'm not going to handle it too much because it already is coming apart. With this mesh, it's way easier to sew down to something so it doesn't unravel. Like that to fit. So I'm just going to go up here a little bit more on this side. And yes, this does make a mess. So if you don't want to do this mesh, you can come up with something else like this. I mean, it don't match. I'm just giving you ideas. Okay? You can use the other mesh or glitter mesh. But I wanted to try this out. But we're going to do it anyway. Seeing I already cut it. Pull it up a little bit because I think I got too much in there. And I'm just going to put glue in there. Down to the mesh. Okay. While I was editing Beautiful Beings, I noticed I started out with the hardest one to begin with. So sorry about that, Beautiful Beings. And I do have it squared. It looks like that. Make sure you can see in there. And I'm going to put the glue on this side. And I'm going to hold this up so this doesn't stick. I'm going to move it around in there, like so. And this will take longer to glue. Now this is the trick. Find something small and put it down in there like that so it doesn't glue to the top. And I have to wash my hands. Move this over here. Move that over there. And I added a little bit more glue right in that spot because it wasn't gluing down. Okay, Beautiful Beings, while that one's drying, we're going to work on this one. And I'm just going to go down about an inch. This one should be easier. When I did these, I did cut a little bit off the sides. Do one side first. Maybe a little more. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, like that. That pink mesh made a mess. So if you want to skip that one, or not try that one, I'm giving you multiple ideas. This one, I was thinking, let's try this. Hopefully this matches. Does it? Yeah. This one will just ink up. So this is an easy one if you want to try this. And if you don't have inker or ink, just use a marker. Or paint. Just getting it background colored. And of course, I'm going to go in here. I don't even think this is going to show, so I don't even know why I'm doing that. But I've got all the scallops inked up, right? This is like the easiest way to do it. Like I said, you can use paint or a marker. It's up to you. Paint would probably work better to hide this. If you don't like this look. I'm going to take this and do the same thing to it. And if you don't like any of these ideas, I'm going to do one with cardstock. Also Beautiful Beings. Those inkers leave a a little bit of, a tiny bit of the foam comes off when you ink stuff up, and I don't like that, beautiful beings. See, there's some right there. See it in there? But we're going to cut this out, so we're going to bring this out. And we're going to cut off the bottom. This one we could do lace or something on it. And I'm going to cut below the bend, okay? Where it comes together. Cut below that. Like this. Alright, now we're going to glue that there. Like that. And I'm going to stay down by the bottom so I don't glue the scallops to the inside. Good way to tell where the glue is. Just like this. And bring it up until you start seeing the glue. And hide the lines. There we go. And then to have it fold out a little bit like this, just stick something in there like that while it's gluing. Okay, but we can't do that yet. I need to glue the bottom. Make sure this is gluing down nice. Like that. And then after it's glued down, we'll stick something in there. So this one is basically done, unless you want to put like lace. We can do something on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to set this one aside and set something on it so it glues down nicely. All right, now we're going to bring this in. I don't know what this, no, let's use this. I have this toolie. So we're going to do the same thing for this one. We're just going to go down to the second one, straight, zigzag. We could probably do this again. This time will look different because I remembered to do it. I think I did the wrong side. I did. It's fine. It's fine, beautiful things. We could put something on the, where it connects. There we go. All right. There we have that. We'll probably glue that like this. No, that won't look great. I'm gonna have to glue it there, like that. But first, I want to get some toolie. It's toolie. It's toolie, right? It's toolie, right? I don't even have any aqua. I have this aqua, but I don't know if it's too dark. Let's do one with this and one with that, I guess. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think it's fine. I'm going to have to cut a piece. I'm going to go down over it like this, but make sure it covers this side and that side until I push it in there to cut it out. I'm going to cut it to the right a little bit. And up here. There we go. Get this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is fit that in there. So I'm going to put it on this. That. And I'm going to cut up along the box. And the same thing on this side. and I'm going to come in more now. As close as I can, because I'm going to tuck that on the inside. Okay? And make sure you don't move your mesh. Might as well get the bottom over with. So let's pop this out, cut this off, so that's already done. Right below it, the fold. Okay. I'm gonna put this in here. Is that the right way? No, it folded over. It folded over. I'm gonna tuck that down in there. I think I cut too big of a piece up. I think it was folded over when I cut it. That's it. Tuck that in there, like halfway. Okay, this side is not going down. Alright, so I'm trying to make it so you can see. I got that in there halfway down. Well, not halfway. Halfway down. It's like right to here. Okay? That's how far it's in there. Now I'm going to cut this off so it's not in my way. And we can use the rest for the bottom. Alright, so that's good. Turn this. Just trying to let you see and all that good stuff. So I'm going to put some in here. The Layla's is a lot thicker, so I just took the mesh out and glued it, and then I'm going to just set it on top of it. Way easier that way. Alright, I'm going to take the mesh, push it down in there like this. I'm going to keep pushing it down. Right, now I have to let it get tacky. Okay? But I don't want it to touch this side because they'll glue shut. Okay? So that's drying and getting tacky. I'm going to put something in there. Okay, and then I'm going to tap these down real quick, and then I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, dry. I'm going to bring in a yellow one, and I'm going to use this to show you how quick and easy this is with this. Then I'm going to do one with Mod Podge to see if that works, because I know not all of you have this. Okay, the glitter art glue. And I'm just going to fast forward through it because I know you all are getting it because you're all brilliant. So you can just watch and learn. You see me do it twice, and this is the third time. Or maybe the fourth. I don't know. But I know you're getting it. And I'm going to keep cutting the mesh until it fits in the box. That's going. Do that over a little bit because it won't cover that edge. Cover that edge. Is that edge staying? I think so. Alright, I think I got it. Stick this back in there so this doesn't glue shut. Tap these down. And we're just gonna, when this is done, I'm just gonna have to snip that off. Might as well do it right now. And it fits perfect. So I'm just gonna take this and snip that off. There. Notice I'm holding this so the sides don't touch. It's very important because you don't want to glue it shut. This is the right side. I'm going to do it again. Make sure you leave a little bit above the scallops. Oh, we forgot to take the bottom out. That's why it's not going down. Let's do this. Or you can just keep the bottom open like this. Take a flap out so it don't close completely. You can do that if you want to have something small to stick in there so they don't touch. So we'll do that. Now we're going to try it with Mod Podge. I don't recommend the Mod Podge. I had to wash my hands 3 times because, you know, the glue comes through the mesh. I mean, I had to hold it down in place for a little bit so it would take. Yeah, I don't recommend the Mod Podge. The Elena works way better. The glitter glue works the best. There, now it's going there. Let that sit. I'm going to come back to this one. As you can see, this is starting to get tacky. The Elena's did work, but it's so thick it's going to be a while. This one's basically dry. Right. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to put that in there. Come to the back of our bag, and we're just going to go in and out on that toy, on the mesh. The mesh. But the Elena's does work. That's too square. The Elena does work. Just make sure they do not touch each other. I just want to express that because I don't want you gluing it shut. I don't. But keep checking it to make sure it's gluing down good. But we didn't use Elena's on this one. We used the glitter glue on this one. Okay? And like that. I want to cut a little bit of that off over here. I think this is pretty much done. So I'm going to take this out, make sure it's not tacky where it's going to stick together. Right. Now we're going to bring this in. I don't know, maybe, did we have any of that left over? I don't think we did. We had the white left over, or the aqua. So I might do this. Should we put some under there and then some down here? This isn't cut right either. See that? Right there. I don't like how that's cut. So I'm just going to come in. Cut that off. Okay. Like that. And if you wanted to, you could even put a pocket here with this. But you'd have to put something there. Let's try that. We'll do different looks. Maybe we could, I don't know. I really don't want to mess with this again. I can put some of that and wrap it around. We'll try it. Why not? Get some different looks. That's long enough. So here goes nothing. Make sure this is going the right way. And it wasn't. I'm going to take some glue and do the inside first. I'm just going to put a little bit right along the edge. Just like this. This glue dries pretty quick. try a little. We'll do this side. In there. That. There we go. Probably need to put it down far enough. The glue. It's starting to get glue down already. And I don't think I put enough glue in there. Down far enough. I don't know. I could get in there. I think I can. Yeah, I can. So I'm going to come in this way and put some more glue under it where I didn't get it. This side, I got it in the middle. Now over here. No. Well, it's coming up, so I'm just going to put more in there. Down further. There we go. On the edge. And I'm going to let that sit before I pull that over. And that piece right there on the other side is coming up. So I'm going to go in there under the mesh on that side. I didn't put the glue down in there on this side right here. I didn't put enough right there. And this is how we learn, beautiful beings, trying new things. We learn what works and what doesn't work. If you're doing one at a time, this will be easy. But I'm doing multiple ones to show you different ways to do it. Sometimes I don't go check it soon enough. Make sure there's no glue on this. Stick that in there so it don't touch. Probably should take a marker around this. That's a hand washing when you're working with mesh and glue because it seeps through the glue seeps through the mesh, beautiful beings. Let's check this. Still a little tacky, but we can cut this off while we're waiting for the marker to dry. Probably do another one like down here again, but we need an aqua marker. I don't know. Yeah, it'll work. It's not too green. I'll just do it once. So we're going to do the sides. Here and here. And then this part, I'm going to do the bottom, put the glue on the bottom of this, okay? Just a little bit. Then line that up and we'll glue that down. And they'll give us a little tuck at the bottom. There we go. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to let it get tacky. I decided to glue the scrap piece of mesh to the bottom tuck. I'm going to wrap this down. So I'm going to do this and then I'm going to go wash my hands. Okay, beautiful beings, this is glued down. I grabbed a bunch of lace, whites, pinks, aqua, even a blue that matches, a baby blue that matches. We're gonna glue this down the same way. Okay. But we gotta glue the bottom first. Put the glue on the bottom again. Okay, beautiful beings, I took a piece of that mesh and I sewed it to this one. I don't know, just for something to do. Now I'm going to put it down. I might as well zoom in. With a zigzag on the pink. And we're going to glue that right there. And I'm going to stick something in there. Just for something different. Is that up too high? Nope. So we'll let that set. And this one's basically done. I'm thinking I should, if you like this look, you can keep it a hidden pocket. It's like a hidden, like you don't know it's a pocket. Anything we're talking there? Do this. I'm going to put a piece of scrap in there. Just so I can ink that up a little bit. Thin white. Just put that right there. I need to put something up there. Bring a bigger white. Did I bring any white down? Oh yeah. I don't think I did. What about this? Put this down there and then this one up here. So we'll just glue this one here. Maybe put the cut off piece on the bottom. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put a thin piece down there. Still kind of want to put something here because it's where it ripped a little bit and I stuck glue on the inside. Or did I? Or is that just glue? I don't know. I might have put the glue on the outside. I think I put the glue on the outside. There's a mark there and it's kind of dark. It's my fingerprint now. Because I just swiped it on with my finger. I'm trying to get stuff off and I'm making it worse. I'm getting dried glue on it. And I'm trying to hurry up because this video is long enough. And if you're still with me, I appreciate you very much. Alright, let's get scrap out. See if I have anything in here that I can put over there in that corner. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. I have no idea. I'm not seeing no aqua, seeing white, but I think there's too many patterns that. And you can keep your fortunes for word embellishments, beautiful beings. I don't really have this. This looks in there. Kinda. I have something to put over it. I don't know, we can make it work. We can make it work, beautiful beings. I'm trying to use up scraps anyway. Is there a flower in here? I've seen the pink one, but I don't see no other flower. Nope. I have these and they match this up here. So let's go for it. How many do we need? To there. Just a little embellishment to cover up a fingerprint made out of glue. I got all the crap off it. Okay. There's that one. There was a blemish there from dry glue, and I just put my fingerprint with glue over here, and I wanted to cover it up, and I scrubbed the rest off, so now it looks fine. Okay. Okay, beautiful things. Now I'm going to cut this off, and this is going to make a mess. If I get under that somehow. I just folded it back. Is there enough glue over there? Yeah. There's no glue. See, right in here, so I can push this together to make sure it's going to dry. I'm going to go over here and just go in and out. That's all I'm going to do. It's going to make a big mess. And then I'm going to go like this, so if any loose ones come out that aren't sewed, come out. None did, so that's good. Then I'm going to go here underneath this, cut them off. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this one in, and I'm going to cut this off. I'm just going to zigzag back and forth with it. First I'm going to get the main part off and the sides off. Go, and then corners. Just going to go in like a circle and out. So there's a little bit showing here and there. And I think I just made a bunch of pointed edges. Let's see. Snip them off. And that's good enough for me. Then we got this one. I don't know if I should make another pocket down here. I kind of like the pockets down there, because it gives you a little tuck. It's not really a pocket, it's just a tiny tuck, but I kind of like them. No, that's not going to work because of the zigzags. We're just going to put this up here, right on the white. So the white means the white zigzag. On that side. So I'm going to push this down. Check it again. And it's good. So I'm going to set it aside and put something on it. This one, I have this lace. It's by the spool, $1 from Joann's a couple years ago. I don't know if they still do it, and I just want to put some flowers across here. I thought this was a deal when I seen this. I hope that it comes back. I really do. Cute, cute, cute. You're still zoomed in, are you? I don't know. But look, I love this. It's like little flowers. It looks like flowers to me. Oh, sorry, I had it backwards. Little flowers. And you got a lot. You got 3 yards of this for $1 at Joann's. And that was before the, you know, all the crap they started putting on us. But it was a deal for $1. Usually you just get a yard. But I don't know. I just hope they come back with this. Okay, I don't know if I should do it bigger too. I kind of want to. Somewhere. Maybe across there. In between the polka dots. Yes, let's do that. Okay, that just became a whole new level of cute. I think things. Cute, cute, cute. Alright, I'm gonna chuck this one. Put this aside to dry. Put this aside to dry. What's up with this one? Oh, I didn't do this one. Sitting over there by itself. I'm just gonna cut that off there. And cut that off there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna cut it off some more. I don't think I'm gonna get around it though because looks a little better. There's a piece of that coming off right there. We have to put something on there. I don't like how that looks right there. Okay, I got 2 yellows. I think that goes with it perfectly. Just cover this part. So let's do that. But nothing has to be straight. Even. It's on my channel. I don't like that fuzz. So I'm going to cut that off. There we go. Pull that in. Just pull it a little bit more. So I'll clip that off. And I think that looks even cuter now. I think, beautiful beans. Hopefully I'm covering that part back there. I can't see right there because of the glue. Alright, I don't know. I'm going to pocket down here, so we might as well put some down here. Just going across the middle or the top? No. Bottom? Middle. Let's do middle. This is from Joann's too. Buy it by the spool, $1. And 3 yards. Just saying, hope it comes back. And I'm going to try to make this one straight, but I'm not promising anything. Yep. Even cuter. All these little bits flying around out of here. I love it. I think it's cute. I think they're all cute. Especially when you add lace. I'm going to set this aside so nothing gets on this. And I have 4 of these that I'm going to cut out off camera. Okay, beautiful beings. I have 4 that I did like this. I'm going to show you how I did it. Piece of scrap. I put this piece of scrap here. Okay, because it's going in this way. So I put it right side up like this. Okay. And then I took my scissors and cut up, but I kind of didn't cut up here, just enough to fit it in. But I was more focused on this part and this part to tuck it in. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it down as far as I can get it. like that. And that side needs more off. I didn't know I wasn't going to get it back in, but I want to make sure I don't cut off too much. So I'm going to turn it around. Yeah, I think it's this part here. So I'm just going to go in right here. Just a little bit, because I think that's what's stopping it from tucking in. I'll put it in. And it won't go down any farther. I think that's good. I don't need to put it any farther. Okay, that's how far it's in. Okay. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. And I'm going to find where the end is. But I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I don't want to glue it together. So I'm just going to go down a little bit. And I'm holding it down here so the paper doesn't move, okay? I'm just taking a Mod Podge a little at a time. And I'm going to bring it up like this. And be very gently because I don't want to move the paper. I'm going like this. And if you're still with me, beautiful beings, I appreciate you very much. Over and push down. Okay. And try not to get no glue on the pocket. I got some there. There we go. I'm just gonna rub it. And there you go. And I'm gonna let all 4 of them dry. I'm gonna cut the 3, and then I'm gonna cut this in front of you, okay? Okay, beautiful beings, it's all dry. So now I'm gonna cut it out. And there we go, beautiful beings. Once you got it where you want it, just try to get the points off. See the round. And then I'm going to take this pink Crayola marker and I'm just going to go around it. And I think that looks good. Now we get to decorate them all. Okay, beautiful beings, I got my scrap bin out just in case. I'm going to take this one. These are going to be belly bands, okay? I'm thinking maybe I should take that marker again and just put some pink down here. Just a couple times, okay? Just on the end. I gotta let it dry because I want to bring out the pink that's up there. I'm gonna put it here so I don't get anything on that. But I'm gonna follow where the crease is. And I'm gonna put it like this. So I'm gonna cut this off over here a little bit. If you want to cut it all the way to the edge, you can. I kind of like that look. Okay, I have a flower here and I already cut off all the mesh that was around it. It looked like this before I cut it off. Okay, I'm going to put the flower here on the crease, and I pulled all the bottoms out of all the other boxes and cut off the bottom of the boxes and glued the bottom shut. And then I have this word. I'm going to be using a lot of these. And these are from American Crafts. It comes in a big sheet. I just cut it in half because it was easier to get the other ones out. Okay, lots of words. And it's from Paige Evans, Bloom Street 13. Okay? And they're from 2019. and I got them from Joann's. Now I'm going to cut some mesh off from the other flower, and I'm going to use them on the word. I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to take a little mesh, a little bit of glue. Well, I'll just put the glue on the corners. There, and right there. And I'm just going to stick the mesh on the glue. And glue that one there. Just to make it look like the mesh is holding it down. And on this first one, I didn't think about it until afterwards, but I should have glued the belly band down first, then decorated it. And I should have put the glue down on the edges of the box because I didn't think about it. And I put it on the end of our belly band and it was too far out. Okay, beautiful beings, so I decided I was going to glue down all the belly bands and I was going to put the glue on the box so I didn't have the problem of it not lining up when I put the belly band on. And I was going to use the pom-pom trim, but I changed my mind and I'm not going to use it. So I'm going to glue all the belly bands down first and let them sit and get tacky, and then I'm going to decorate the belly bands. I don't have much of the aqua color. This is about all I got. I'm going to cut that right there. I think I'm going to cut that off after it dries. Smooth these down a little bit. I have this, but I might just put a little piece of this somewhere too behind it. We're going like this. That behind it, maybe. I'm going to glue this up. And I just wanted a tiny piece of this. Like there. I'm going to put it in the glue and move it. There it goes. So it glues down. I'm going to cut another piece off. And do the same thing. Move the tip in the glue. So it's just a little glue on it. There we go. Because it goes with this up here. Okay. There we go. Okay, beautiful beings. I have this word. I went around this with a glitter marker. And I just wanted to put a little word on here. So I'm going to glue that down. So we're going to put that there. And then I'm just going to put a dab of glue here. And a dab of glue here. Push that back down. Make sure it's straight. There we go. And then I have scrap burlap. I'm going to cut a piece off right here. And I might put glue on the end just right there so that don't come off. And maybe there. And I'm going to sit this I want them the same length. Got this from my scrap bin. I'm going to put a little glue here on this end and a little glue in that end so it doesn't unravel. Glue that down. Just up a little bit, I think. And there we go. Okay. This one's done. I think I want that there. This is by the spool from Joann's dollar bin. 3 yards. I just love it. When I seen it, I just grabbed a whole bunch of it. But I'm thinking, I don't know where this, and I have to go around it with a marker. I left one. I think it looks cute like that. So, seeing there's purple in this, should we go around it with a purple marker? Glitter marker? And you can put on as much as you want to show in the front. And that's how I put it in the front. I'll go way down here and then I'll tip it forward like that to get more in the front to show. See that? If you don't want it in the front, you just do it like this and nothing, it's not showing, see? I mean, a little bit is, but not as much, but I want more. And I'm trying not to push in with my nail because it leaves a nail mark. Is this going to be my first hour-long video? Beautiful beings? Seems like it. Right. Right. I'm going to put this down. I want it. And it's going the right way. But this needs trimmed right here. Put that upside down. I'm going to put it up there. So we're going to put this here. This needs moved over. There we go. And then I'm going to bring this in. And tuck it under there. But where you can see the words. Come on. There you go. That, and then I want one on the bottom. Right across here in the middle of the mesh. So put that one right there. And put some glue down. Wanted to, we could flip this way. Put this one this way. So we got 2 different looks with it. And that one's done. Beautiful beings. Seems like it needs something across the bottom. Let's look in our scrap bin. See if I have something that matches to go along it. I'm thinking white. There's a lot of that going on. I don't think that would go good. No, it's too big. How about these? I think those will work perfect, beautiful beings. What do you think? It just completes it, but how long? There. So I'm going to try to put just a tiny, tiny bit of glue. And now push it down. There. Completed. Okay, beautiful beings. I'm going to cut some of this off. Then I decided, because of the colors and the flowers up there match this, and there's a lot of yellow going on, I just wanted to put this across here. I'm going to have to cut a snip off, like right there. So I'm going to put glue along this, because there's a lot of pattern and a lot of grooves. You got scallops, you got waves. So I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to push it down on it. So it might not be straight, but that's okay. I put the glue up too top. But I could stick that down in there like that. So we'll just stick it down like that. And I think pearls would look cute on this. Okay, I found some pearls. Here, let me, I don't even know. I can't measure it really because it's swerve. I'm going to put it right on the inside of this, and I am going to swerve them. Just like this is, okay? That's enough glue. So, this might be tricky. I'll zoom in so you can see better. There we go. So I'm gonna start with this very gently. Put it down. I probably should have waited till this got tacky. There. Okay, I'm gonna push them up just a little bit, but not over the edge, just below the edge. And the pearls are from Dollar Tree. Pick it up and look. Make sure it's where I want it. Let them dry, and then I'll cut that off. And I think that looks really cute, beautiful beings. This one, I'm not sure. This one I went around with, I think this one. It was either this metallic marker from Zebra, Doodler from Dollar Tree, or this one, because I did two of them. So I think it was this one. Okay, I went around the edge, and then I used, on this one, I used this one. Okay, the blue metallic. So I have this. I kind of just want to put this down here, put the flower there, maybe. And I still got you zoomed in, don't I? And then maybe this here with two of these on the side. Should I put pearls up there? Now I'm on a pearl cake. I don't know. Or do this. Let's cut this off. I'm going to glue this down here. Make sure I don't move that so you see. I'm going to glue this here. I'm going to wiggle the glue. Make sure it stays down. Right. Then I think I want the word there maybe tucked in. I'm going to cut these off. The mesh that's attached to it off. I want that there, but I need to figure out where I'm putting this word. I think I like it there, like that. but it needs something behind it, so I might take a piece of this and glue this to it. Okay. I'm going to glue it to this mesh. So let's move that up. Bring up the mesh. Make sure I'm in the middle of it. And then move that over. So it's sticking out both sides. There we go. Put more glue on the back. I had to clean my hands because when you're working with small pieces, you get lots of glue. And I want this out, so I'm going to put that right there. Like that. Let's see. I want to make sure it's straight. I kind of want some more mesh out. That's not going to move it out. I need something to move it out. There we go. Then I can tap that down. We're going to glue down the flower. The flower like over it just a little bit, but we can still see the word. I'm going to flip this upside down like this. And then the part we cut off, we're going to glue up there, but I might have to snip it in pieces. When those dry, we'll snip that off in that, and it's done. And we have one more, and then we're done. And then I can give you a close-up, beautiful beings. This is gluing down nicely, and the glue's nice and tacky now. And I was just going to keep this one simple because you got a tuck here, and you got the belly band tuck. And I was just going to put this like here. I could probably, this is long enough to put them all around the edges. So I'm going to cut this in half, glue this down. This one's going to be simple because it's got the ice cream. I'm going to put this over to the right. I want to make sure it's straight. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Let me put two on and see what that looks like. Maybe I shouldn't cut that up. Because those other pieces are really tiny. Trust your soul. Is that the one I wanted for this? I don't know. And I think these are from Artie Mays, but I'm not sure. Feed your soul? I don't know. Treat yourself. That's what I wanted. I wanted treat yourself. How did I get that one? I don't know. We're taking it up. We're taking it up. Hopefully. It's a good thing I got two other pieces of lace. So we're bringing this up. I'm going to flip it upside down so it dries and I can use it on something else. But I'm going to cut out treat yourself, okay? We trust the soul was a message for all of us beautiful beings. Because I self-consciously put that down. So I think somebody's trying to tell us something. What do you think? I don't think I cut that close enough to that. But I'm just using a pink glitter marker for this one from Dollar Tree. That's what I did on the other one. When this is dry, we'll cut the two ends off. And then I'll give you a close-up of everything. And the message today for all of us is trust your soul, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings, I have two of these. I decided I want one to have a word, so I'm just going to show you how I did this. I went around this with a marker, just the side to get out of the way. And then I took a metallic pen and went around the edge with it. Just so we have a little bit on the edge like that. Okay, because this is a regular metallic pen. but I wanted to show you this in case you wanted to know. I put a piece of scrap underneath it and went right along the edge, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put a little glue on it. Whoop. Came with me. Come on, I just got the glue off my hands. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this down in the back of it, like that, so the scallops are showing on both sides. And then I'm going to take some more glue. Go along it like that. Get this out of the way, glue this down. And this is going to be right there, just like that. Okay? Blissful moments. So we got one with a word in this color and one without. All right, beautiful beings. I put little tags and little cards in them so you could see what they look like filled. I was trying to make sure I got everything in shot. There's a bunch of them. We mass produced today. I think they turned out beautiful. So I need to find a 3-tier pocket, like right here, like this one. This isn't the right shape, but you can glue this down on the sides and down here. Then you can have a pocket here, or you can just glue the bottom. And a pocket here, and then our little tuck pocket. Okay, beautiful beings. So some of them you get 3 pockets out of 1 pocket. Okay, that was the whole point of this. Okay, I'll show you another one. This is another one. It's 3-tier pocket, and a tuck spot right here. Okay, look, jumping on grandma's feather bed. I couldn't resist. And then, where's one that only has 2? This one only has, well, this one's a belly band. So behind it, in it, and the belly band. Okay. Now where's one that's doesn't have one? I'm looking for. So you can make them different ways. Here's one that does not have one. Down there, you just get 1 pocket and then the inside. Okay, so you get 2 pockets out of that one. This one's the same way. 1 pocket, 2 pockets. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to give you a close-up of all of them. Time for change, beautiful beings. Okay. Here's this one. Let me take this one out. Refreshing. I think they all turned out even better than I thought they would. I really do. And I think the mesh and the lace just make them all really pop. And even the cardstock. This one's with the cardstock in the back. Scrap that I used. I love spring. And there's this one. Feeling blessed. You can keep them simple, or you can do them up, beautiful beings. And I think this one's pretty simple. With just the blessed. Feeling blessed in the mesh and the lace. Treat yourself. And hopefully I remember where I put all those tags in, because I'm keeping them with them. I sorted them out to go with them. And then this one, oh, and this one has the scrap die or cardstock, scrap cardstock in the back with the pearls, cheerful in the ribbon, not ribbon, trim. Beautiful beings. And then you have two looks too. The belly band can go off the edge, or you can cut it so it's not hanging off the edge. Your choice. Got all kinds of different varieties. We already did this one. I'm trying to put them down so they all fit. There's so many of them. But this is how I used to make things before I had a video camera. I would just mass produce them. And this one's really simple. All I did was put 2 pieces of trim on, flower trim on. And this is the easiest one to make right here. You just ink it up with distress ink and put some trim down or ribbon, whatever you want. But this was the easiest one to make, okay, out of all of them. And then we have this one with a flower and more cardstock glued down in the background. And I forgot to cut that off. Hang on. Let me snip that off. There we go. Beauty is everywhere, beautiful beings. Okay, and I showed you how to do the lace, and you can make more out of your one piece of lace, or you can just keep your lace the way you like. And I didn't put nothing in the flower, I just left it. I didn't put a gem or nothing in the middle of it. Okay, and we did this one, and we're on the last one, beautiful beings. Here we go, a polka dotted one. Blissful moments. Okay, lace, some more mesh, and then some little scrap pieces to cover up my my thumbprint that was in glue. My fingerprint, you might as well say, but I think it was my thumb. Okay, beautiful beings, thanks for watching. I hope it inspires you to go make something beautiful. Have a wonderful everything.